Hi, my name is Joe Segal. This is my
And
brother.
I'm Leonard Segal, Joe's brother.
And we're going to be producing a new Audible book, a new audio book that we're going to publish on Audible and other places. And it's about success. And it's about not the success in the way that society has framed it for so many of us growing up, which is having lots of money and being famous. But it's about finding our own definition of success. We want to start sharing some of what we're writing with you to just give you a preview and maybe discuss it. So let's get started and we'll share a little bit. Okay? Hope
Great.
you're all having an awesome day. So here, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. She was the first lady of the United States.
For
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
FDR.
Right. So, Loving My Life Publishing presents The Success Formula.
Ta-da.
Thank you, Leonard. Okay. Creating and enjoying the life you want to live without the constraints of society or your internal obstacles, by Joseph Segal, author of Joe Segal's Thoughts on Kindness and Compassion, Loving My Side Hustle, and 100 Ways to Get New Customers, as well as numerous books on the power of kindness to transform our lives and our world.
Thank you, Joe.
My pleasure. So, Chapter 1, Understanding the Success Formula. The future belongs to those who believe in the power of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. Before we get started, you might be wondering, who is Joe Segal and why should I care what he has to say about success? And the answer is, who I am doesn't matter. I'm going to share some of my life lessons and observations with you, and some of what I say might help you create and live a better life. It's also true that some of what I say and some of what I share with you might not. My suggestion is that you trust your instincts and test out what you hear. And if something works for you, then do more of that. And if something doesn't, then simply let it go. Simply forget about it. So in this book, I hope to share my thoughts, experience, and life lessons in finding a path to a life of purpose, of meaning, and love. I'm not talking about romantic love, although that most definitely can be part of this and quite wonderful. I'm talking about what the Greeks referred to as agape love. This is a type of unconditional love that encompasses compassion, empathy, and altruism. It's how we connect to others and how we connect to our authentic selves. And to me, that is a big part of what success is. We grow stronger from living our truth and from our connections to others. I call this strength through caring. And though it's often quite difficult and challenging to remember, we can choose love in every moment. And when we do so, we manifest success in all forms of goodness, abundance, and often greatness flows from this. And greatness flows from this choice that we make. So, what is success? When you think about success, you might imagine acquiring great wealth or the perfect loving maiden life, or perhaps the freedom to live your life doing what you love and enjoy without having to spend endless hours working for someone else. And you can certainly make a lot of money, and you can be able to live and work wherever you want to. This may seem like a distant possibility or even impossible to many of us today, but it is not impossible at all. I would like to suggest that success isn't defined or achieved in big sweeping accomplishments, but instead comes in small moments from a river of choices that each of us makes. Success comes in the form of chance meetings with extraordinary people that we attract and encounter, and it is that we encounter, and it is often disguised as problems, failures, and hardships that we feel like it's the end of the world to us. At the end of the day, we are the sole arbiters of what success is to us. We decide. It is our interpretation of our thoughts, our feelings, and our circumstances that make up the evidence from which we decide our own value, our worth, and our accomplishments in life.
So let's talk a little bit about this. So when you were talking about finding those little things that you appreciate, that's going to be a lot easier to go ahead and be grateful. I mean, because to say, oh, I have not accomplished this big, lofty 10-year goal every day, thinking about that, that's a recipe for feeling discouraged. But to find those little moments, the things, the lessons, the little interactions between you or us and other people, that's where happiness lies. Happiness lies from enjoying the moment, finding those little things at each moment, and that will go ahead and give you those feelings of success that'll build for the long-term bigger success.
I agree so much, Leonard. Thank you. And not only that, because we know that gratitude is one of the keys to happiness and good health and success, that people who write down 5 things every day that they are grateful for are 500%, 500% happier than those who don't, who self-report in surveys that they are 500% happier people than people who don't write down what they're grateful for every day. So, and also the thing about what you're saying that I really love about being grateful for the so-called little things is that it's important to really get in touch with what they are. We often, some of us, can what's called ruminate, which is a fancy word for think about a lot and have repetitive thoughts about negative things, about our worries. Oh, why didn't I say that to that person? She probably thinks I'm this or that. And we ruminate about the negative, and it goes on and often in a destructive way. Well, my point, Leonard, is that we need, this is the way the mind works. They say neurons that fire together, wire together. The more you do something, it becomes a habit. And so what we need to do is to learn to ruminate, to persevere, to think about and feel the good things. Like when you say you're listening to music and, oh man, that's one of my favorite songs. I love that song. To just take time and just vibe to it, to just feel it.
Remember a good memory.
Remember a good memory and associate with it, and just see when your body, where does that memory locate in your body? How does this feel? And just let yourself float away with that feeling of goodness, whether it's a cup of coffee or tea you're enjoying, the presence of a loved one, your cat or your dog that you're petting that's smiling in your lap. Whatever that good feeling is, don't let it go and take it for granted. Really be present with it. And that's where success in the little moments. All right, let's continue.
Wait, no, hold on. I'd like to continue this.
Okay.
Where what you just described, where you think about something positive, I think it's called a glimmer, where you latch on to something that evokes feelings of pleasure, because and the reason why that's healing is it's the opposite of PTSD. PTSD is when you're thinking over and over again about something that traumatized you. Well, to break that habit, you go ahead and you think about things that you're grateful for. Think about happy memories, because the more you feel those good feelings from those happy memories, the more healing that'll be for your mind, body, and spirit. So now, when Joe was talking about like 5 things, with my class, I would have students come up with something in 5 different areas of their life. So usually it's easy to come up with the big things. Oh, I'm so grateful for a home or a family member. So that's great. And it's very, very important. But it's also important to find just little simple things like the cup of coffee. What is a favorite...
Get coffee.
a favorite item that makes your life easier, whether it be a water bottle, a backpack, a watch, a smartphone. Um,
So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for the little things that bring you joy, even bring you a little happiness, that make you feel a little better. Because that's that little bit here, a little bit there, and before you know it, it adds up to a really good life, a really much better life.
and I'd like to leave on this one note here, and that is, in order to do this, it's a good idea to get a gratitude partner, someone who you share. Say, what are you grateful for? And they tell you what they're grateful for.
That's a great idea.
When I was trying to get,
we're gratitude partners, right?
Right. And okay, what are you grateful for?
Well, right now I'm grateful for my brother Leonard being here with me and presenting this information, and I'm grateful that we could have this moment with you and share this new book that we're publishing about a different way of looking at success in life, because I think that we really need to reframe how we look as a people, as a country, as a society at success, and not just see ourselves as industrialized cogs in a machine that we have to achieve a certain degree, a certain amount of wealth, a certain amount of fame, and a certain amount of followers, in order to be quote unquote successful, and that we can more have intrinsic and inside definitions of success that are better for ourselves and our families and friends and our communities, and that's how we change. I think that's how we change not just ourselves, but our country, our society, and the world, is by changing our definitions. And so that's what we're hoping to do, is present a different look at what success is, that is more sustainable and more is healthier and more holistic and beneficial to mutually beneficial. So we'll continue sharing about this in the next podcast episode here, and share more of this book. I think you're going to really like it. If you do, please remember to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us to get into the algorithm, the all-powerful algorithm. Well, you have the power to influence the all-powerful algorithm so other people can see it and we can make positive change together, right?
Because wouldn't you like to be in a world where you're surrounded by happier people who, of course, when people are happier, are nicer to other people, including to you, and it's infectious, and everyone makes it easier for us to be nicer to ourselves. And I'm grateful that this is day one, a project we wanted to start. I know all of you have some goal, some project you want to do, and
you can do it.
We started.
We believe in you.
We started at day one, so welcome to our day one of the
project.
My
God!
To help
oh my God! This is great. Great practice. Great fun. Love you so much. You're a great person. You're a great audience. Please come back again. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a great day.